Hello, I'm Gus Himmel. I'm out of the Winter Park, Florida office, and I'm local RSO in that office. And what I wanted to talk about today is in the unfortunate event that one of our technicians has an accident with one of the nuclear gauges in the field. When he calls the local RSO, he can properly assess the damage, and that way the RSO can tell the severity of the situation before he even arrives on site. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at a gauge. Now this is a training gauge, and it doesn't really contain any radioactive source whatsoever. So it's a good gauge that we can look at and find out where the sources are at without actually causing any harm to ourselves. Now on an actual gauge, a radioactive source would be located right here in the tip. Now this is double welded inside of here, and it's only about this big. It's all the bigger the actual radioactive source is the size of a pellet gun pellet or probably a rabbit food pellet. That's all the bigger it is, and it's very small. And that's why that if it ever did come out of there, we'd have to lock down the site immediately, and nobody could come or go because this might get lost. We'd need to keep track of that. It'd be very hard to get it out of here though. This would actually have to be cut apart and destroyed into pieces to get it out of there, since it is double welded inside of stainless steel. The second radioactive source, and a lot of people don't even know about, is the source that reads the moisture. And it would be located inside the actual plastic casing. Now if this was an actual working gauge, this would all be full of electronics and your circuit boards and everything. But since it's empty, back here is where you would find the second radioactive source. And it'll be highly marked with red lettering and radioactive symbols, and you'll know it's right there. You want to make sure that's intact too. It'll have its own encapsule, the same as the front, but it'll be inside of a box. But that's where it'll be at. It's very important that if we make sure that we are able to check these sources and make sure they're intact in case of an accident. Because if they're not there or if they're scrambled, then we need to close that area down immediately. Thank you very much.